quote the scholar and political theorist John Shah, the future is not a result of choices among alternative paths offered by the present, but a place that is created. Created first in the mind and will, created next in activity. The future is not some place we are going to, but one we are creating. From the schoolboy dreaming of big adventures to the scientist envisioning groundbreaking discoveries, we all care to imagine what the future will bring. Many people have attempted to predict the future, others to mould and control it. But what do we really know of the future? How does the past inform it? And what educated guesses can we make about the shape of things to come? To discuss these questions and more, I'm joined by Stephen Merchant, award-winning writer and graduate of the University of Warwick.
Hello.
And Karl Pilkington, fucking mong.
Alright.
One prediction for the future, Karl, is from an academic study, what the world will be like in about 75 years from now. And a big prediction they're sort of sure of is that androgyny will rule. There'll be so little difference between men and women, apart from the biology, economically, socially. It won't matter who the biggest breadwinner is, that's already being phased out. If you're in a traditional heterosexual male-female couple, it'll be who stays home, who earns the most or whatever. It won't be governed by gender, and that's getting less and less anyway, as it is now. But soon you won't even need a female or a man in your life, you'll just need the egg or sperm. And you'll be able to have any coupling you want, or not. Thoughts, Karl?
That isn't what I've heard.
What were you heard?
I heard that.
So you read an academic study, Rick, but
Yeah.
let's find out what Karl's been reading.
I heard we're all gonna go ugly.
Different point though, isn't it? That's a
Completely
different point.
that. Not listening to a word Ricky said.
No, it's just if we all sort of go ugly, that will sort the population
He gets
problem
an
out.
extra syllable in the word ugly. 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 Ugly.
Yeah, so that just sorts the population out because people aren't sort of having it away left, right, and centre.
Well, no, then that doesn't sort of, what do you mean?
Sorry, Rick, I don't understand what the hell he said there.
Are you saying, because everyone's ugly, everyone won't want to have it away more with the ugly person?
Yeah.
Okay, I still don't. You seem to understand what he's talking about, Rick. I'm still
But
confused.
what he thinks is that if we're all ugly, then we still have this strange paradigm of beauty that won't exist, so we won't fancy anyone as much.
No, they'll still sort of fancy, because at the end of the day we're animals, aren't we?
Yeah.
So we'll still have it away, but
Yeah.
not as much as they'd like to do now, because it's all based on looks.
Sorry, but what's this got to do
What's
with what
this
Ricky
world
said?
like? Describe a typical town or country.
It's exactly right. Imagine London, you've still got the gherkin, you've still got the big wheel. That's
Right.
It's just everyone's ugly.
Right, and they're doing all the same jobs, are they?
Everyone's still, the world's got to carry on.
What do they look like? What's ugly?
Just imagine, like, haven't you ever seen anyone when you've just gone, look at that?
Yeah.
Right, well, like that.
Yeah, but hold on. It's ugly by today's standards, is it? So I throw forward to 75 years, you'll go, oh, everyone's what we call ugly. But what's happened to society? What do they think of everyone? They won't suddenly go in, oh, isn't it annoying, we've got uglier. Because it's not like
because
a strict...
we have got better looking, haven't we? If I look back now
Yeah,
at a school photo,
yeah.
you look at my class and you go, what was going on then? You can't tell the difference between some of the girls and the blokes.
No, but that's not true, because
It is, honestly. You
that's
look at it and
fashion
you
and
see
nutrition, and I see that, when I see an old episode of Bullseye, I think, Jesus, the men look like rakes with no teeth and a moustache, and they're bald with their hair down like a paedophile, and he goes, now how old are you? And I thought, 52, 50, goes, I'm 22. What?
Yeah, but that's more because of the sort of people that used to go on Bullseye. I mean, Paul
Exactly.
Newman was never going to pop on Bullseye.
No, exactly.
Because he was actually a plumber from, Essex.
And then think of the people that he grew up with, some of them live in holes now.
Yeah.
So, I don't think the class of Pilkey 1982 doesn't really count. When he said, we've got better looking, I thought he was going to talk about cavemen, not his school photo. I mean, what happened there? There's been no evolution in that time. What are you talking about, Karl?
We've got better looking now, haven't we?
I wonder if he's confused it with the paradigms of of beauty have changed, haven't they? So in the 50s, Marilyn Monroe was considered, very desirable, whereas that body shape on women,
Yeah,
more
that's
recently
what I said, it's
has
fashion.
become less, there's
Yeah.
lots of skinny women are seen as a paradigm of beauty. But, so that has maybe changed.
But we will change.
Yeah, we'll
Probably
change
not in
these little
75
things.
years.
I mentioned before about your little finger. There'll come a time when that'll go. I've watched it. I've kept an eye on what my little finger's doing. Sometimes it does nothing. It never helps out. All the others are grabbing all the stuff. That one just sort of sits there watching. So you could get rid of that, and I think that will go in evolution.
Think of the books he could have read when he was doing that, when he was monitoring his little finger.
I've been watching my little finger. But again, it's what you mean. Like 75 years is nothing. The only thing that changes in 75 years is trend, fashion, economics. The gene pool doesn't change unless there's been some sort of really weird mutation due to an external force. That I don't know. For things of science fiction where we all accidentally drank plutonium and got 3 eyes and 1 leg. It doesn't happen that fast. I've told you before, if you shaved a caveman, he's basically us. He's basically us.
Well, it's basically Carl.
Yeah, yeah. But, the little finger will be, let me tell you, millions of years.
I think what's more interesting about the future, Carl, is the fact that technology integrated with humans will be fascinating. So, for instance, they're talking about the fact that in the future we may even be able to have chips in our head that allow us to access the internet or an equivalent of it directly, mentally. So imagine that.
To say, not French fries. It doesn't mean
Bang
that.
on though. At what point are we us then?
Yeah, this is good.
Go on.
No, because if I can go on the internet at any time, then that's going to know more than me.
What does that mean?
Okay.
When I don't know an answer to something now, which is a lot of stuff,
Really?
Go on.
you
Yeah.
watch University Challenge,
Yeah.
and the stuff them kids on that know. I was just thinking, where have they stored that? Where's that gone in their head? How have they left that somewhere, and it's just sat there waiting to be used? For me, if something doesn't get used within a time period, that's it.
But again,
It's forgotten about.
okay, that's application and training and all that.
I don't think. I think
But
that
basically, you've got about the same hardware
I
as
haven't.
those people.
Honest to God, I haven't. I know I haven't.
Your brain capacity is
It's not the same as
huge.
theirs. It's not the same.
Well, you might not be what's considered as academically intelligent as them, but again, an awful lot of it is, nurture more than nature. Your brain's good. Your brain is up there. Don't worry about that.
Well, it isn't. But listen. So what I'm saying is, if I want to know the answer to something, I go on the internet.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, if I've got a chip in my head with Google on it,
Yeah.
I'm never going to use my head. I'll just be forever on Google.
I'm never going to use my head.
Well, I'm not,
But
because
what do you
what's
think
the
your
point?
head is, though?
Because I'm going to get it wrong. The chances are I'll get it wrong, so divert that. It's like saying...
No, you can't bypass the brain straight to Google. When you're having a chat socially, it's not like they're going, all right, Carl, how are you? And you're not there. You're asleep, and Google's talking. I think you'll find that they...
No, only
Do you
for
want to see naked ladies? Come this way.
No, only for questions, though, that I don't know. But what I'm saying is, because I don't know a lot of the answers, I'll just say, forget it, leave it connected to Google.
no.
So then I'm not me anymore.
Well, what are you doing? Where's you gone?
I'm looking at Google.
So it is you.
No, but what Steve just said is, we'll have a chip in our head
Right.
that can access the internet.
Right.
So why bother
But
using my
you're
own
still
knowledge?
the go-between. You, Carl, are the go-between between the internet and whatever your
But you
mouth
can't
says.
beat the internet.
Yes,
You
but
can't,
you're
it
the
knows everything.
No, you're accessing the information like it was part of your brain capacity, but you're still processing and using that information.
But hold on, where does Google get the information from in the first place?
Someone on one of them bright people on University
a
Challenge has
human
put it
being.
on.
Yeah, a human being.
So, but I'm going to get lazier. I don't watch the University Challenge and go, I want to be like them. I'm going to start reading books. I've accepted I'm never going to be like them. I can't play along. All I tend to do is I say to Suzanne, right, so every question now, I'm going to have egg as the answer. And I'm hoping that one day...
What an amazing game! What an amazing intellectual
Oh,
pursuit
God,
that is!
what a lucky lady.
What does Suzanne say to that?
Well, she just sees if it works. She just plays along, and then I'm saying, oh, it might be this one or whatever.
I love that, because I remember once, it was about 5 years ago, Carl and Suzanne were round near Christmas, and me and Jane were there. We were playing different parlour games, like charades and that. And then one game, you have to do that thing where you have to beat, and you have to do animals, and you have to go, first one is A, then B. So you say aardvark, next one goes beaver, next one goes cat. It came to Carl, he panicked, and he went egg.
And he was on F. So you're sat there watching University Challenge, and on a good night, it's, you know, well-known jeweller of Fabergé's, well known for his jewel-encrusted egg. Humpty Dumpty is commonly pictured as a living egg. Sometimes it's getting extraordinary.
If you keep saying the same thing, eventually, it's like a broken watch.
Carl Pilkington's head
right,
looks like hay.
Yeah.
I've just got more chance of getting it right.
Sure.
But also, he told me when he plays University Challenge, he said he's given up ever trying to get an answer. So now he tries to guess who's going to answer the question. Another great game. Suzanne's roped in on. Unbelievable. How'd you do with that?
That's not.
I'm normally all right on that.
Normally all right.
There's got to be something else.
There's another evolution thing though. When you watch brainy people on that, or wearing glasses,
Yeah.
what does that tell you? We are reading too much. We're wearing the eyes out. And that you can't argue with that. Because the evidence is there.
can.
Most people on University Challenge, which is a quiz show if people don't have that in the country, it's the brainiest quiz of all time, and to be honest, I don't know why they don't go on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or something, because they'll get a better prize than what do they win on University Challenge?
Because they'll be stitched up by a question of who's in Hollyoaks. It will be the yeah.
Well, that's the snobbery as well.
It'll be what character does Andy Lincoln play in this life, and they won't get it, and you'll go egg, and you'll be correct.
Same problem here. I've had work done recently with
Dad, what? How to get rid of a body? Let me call out.
had work done recently, right? Bathroom retiled.
Yeah.
Right? It's been a nightmare. Polish fella,
Right.
not a word of English, which makes it hard. I've got him in as a professional to do it. He's sticking grout down the toilet. So then, like, he sort
Now,
of
who's
finishes...
Grout? Is that another mate?
You know, and after they put, like, the grout in the tiles to finish it off,
Yeah.
anything that's left, he didn't put it in the bin and dispose of it properly. He stuck it down the toilet.
Yeah.
And now it's there, the grout's there at the bottom of the toilet.
Is it really?
Yeah, with a screw in it.
Well, you can drain it, can't you? You can turn the water off, get rid of it, drain the water
No,
off.
it won't seem to go around the U-bend.
Well,
It's
no,
stuck
you
there.
get it out there, you dry it off, wouldn't you, so there's no water in there.
Well, just stick your hand
Pushed
in.
a lot
Get
of-
your hand in there. Why don't you put a
Well, last time I did that, last time you called up when I had my hand down a grid, and you were going, what are you doing? Get someone out to do that.
Yeah, but it's putting a marigold on and taking the screw out, isn't it?
Oh yeah, the screw's not a problem. I'm not that bothered about that.
Still
I'm worried
down there,
about the
though, is
grout. Yeah, the screw's there, yeah.
So you could have taken that out, no problem.
Yeah, but it's half a job, that, isn't it? I want to get rid of the grout first, and I'll get rid of the screw.
Yeah.
But I will, I'm not scared about putting... You called up here, I was up to my shoulder, Steve, in, like, glunge.
No, what annoys me, Rick, is he makes up his own words.
Well, I'm going to use that for Flanimals, mate.
Yeah,
So you're
get
up to your
out of
arm
it.
in glunge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Ricky called, and it was in Kent. The bloke had done the kitchen, been pouring down cement into the grid outside. I'm sort of washing up, look outside, loads of water all over the place. I mean, what's going on here?
Yeah.
I go out there, all the water's like, because it runs to a grid outside, you know, that sort of system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not it's not going down, is it?
Sure.
There's loads of water there.
Right.
So I call up the main fella who does the kitchens. There's a message there. Sorry, I'm away in Cyprus.
Right.
So I can't get hold of him.
Right.
So he's ballsed it up, but he's on holiday now. He doesn't want to know. There's all this, like I say, gloopy stuff.
Lunge.
I'm scooping that up with my hand. Up, seriously, must be close to my shoulder.
Right.
Not my problem really, but all these people, you're saying recycle properly, don't pour stuff, all these bottles you get now, Domestos, it has like little pictures of dolphins looking unhappy, because people are pouring bleach down a sink or whatever. I've never had that problem, I've never upset a dolphin, but I know, if I hadn't sorted that out, it would have caused loads of problems for me and the neighbour, and it would have been my problem. And that's what I'm saying, I'm not that selfish really when it comes to the environment
Start
of the people around me.
using reliable tradesmen.
And
please.
also,
He
do
was.
start caring about the dolphins, please. Because they're all we've got on this planet. Why don't you care about what's happening?
What are we going to swim with if not the dolphins?
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna swim with one. It's never gonna happen. Never
Well-
gonna happen.
What if you had a little div, right? Didn't have long to live. What do you want to do? And he went, swim with dolphins.
So you don't want to do that.
I go, oh, Uncle Carl killed them all. With Domestos. They're all bleached
There'd
and
be some
blind.
other animal. Anyway, it's not about the dolphins, it's about the ocean, isn't it, that the dolphins are in. I told you, if dolphins were in the Thames, they wouldn't be that keen jumping in there saying, oh, let's swim with a dolphin.
Right.
Says you want to swim with a carrier bag in the Caribbean. Oh, yeah, I'd love to. It makes no difference.
I'd love to see that on Noel Edmonds. We've got a little kid here. What's your name? Andrew. And, you want to go swimming? Yeah. What with? Dolphin.
Okay, well we can't arrange the dolphin. They've all died out because of environmental ignorance.
Would you like to swim with a carrier bag? Yeah. Well, good, we can do that. We can chuck it in the pond, get in.
And you can take him home with you after and he can be your best friend. Come on, Tesco.
You know that's the problem, don't you? That's why, do you know the carrier bag problem?
Sure.
I was in the supermarket, and it's that point when they turned round and said, "Do you want a carrier bag?" And I said, "Yeah." I'd bought like milk, loaf. I think I bought some pikelets.
Some what?
That's a pikelet!
It's like a thin crumpet.
I think you told me that before.
There's a word I'd get rid of.
Pikelet.
There's a word I would get rid of.
Thin crumpet.
I've got time to say thin crumpet. I do not need a specific
Thin
word.
crumpet.
But,
These that's not a crumpet. Why? Too thin. Call it a
The
pikelet
thing
or
is,
fuck off.
I'd spent over a tenner anyway. Right. I get to the till.
What? Can you make a pikelet by squashing a crumpet thin?
It's tough
What?
to. I've tried
What
that.
if you cut one in half?
No, it doesn't. It's not the same.
No?
I've tried squashing a
Thick and
crumpet.
dense is a crumpet that you need a thin
Depends
one.
where you go. They've got thicker. I'm not enjoying the thicker crumpet at the moment.
Why?
Because the outside burns and the inside does nothing. It's like eating dough. I've cut them out of my diet.
Have you?
Yeah,
Well,
no,
you
I'm
go straight to pikelets now. Is
It's
that
also because it's not the 1950s anymore.
yeah.
So I bought all this stuff. It's over a tenner. She said, "You want a carrier bag?" I said, "Of course I do." With all this, you know. She said, "£5." I said, "You what?" She said, £5 for a carrier bag. I said, "I come here all the
Good.
time for the pikelets."
No, I'm right behind this. Right behind this.
Why?
Charging for carrier bags,
Yeah, it makes you
absolutely.
think, like-
Lazy bastards. I take carrier bags down to the supermarket every time I go down there.
Yeah, we've got a drawer full of carrier bags. I use
Well,
reuse them.
Steve, can I just put a question in?
Go on.
I do normally. I reuse them.
Right.
But I didn't know I was on my way home from work that day.
Fine, but
Suzanne
this is the
called
problem.
up.
So be it.
So-
That's
come
you
on,
bought
come
pays
on.
with a nose. 5p, otherwise you carry one with
and
you.
you got another one. You got
Right, so I said, how's that going to help? How's my £5 going to help the environment?
Typical. That is the attitude. That sums it up.
Yeah.
Then it
Well,
sums
at
it
least
up.
it goes
What can I
towards
do?
something else, doesn't it? It's
It's
just
the
making you think.
turtles. It's the turtles.
Right?
she said.
Yeah, turtles. That's right. They get caught up in them. Yeah, terrible.
She said.
They think they're a jellyfish, and they
Yeah.
go, they swallow it. Yeah, and then choke.
So I said, right. So it's all right. I can kill a turtle, can I, for £5? You're not that bothered then?
Why do you want to kill
What?
a turtle at all?
Because if carrier bags shouldn't be out there,
Yeah.
ban them. But don't say you're killing turtles with free carrier bags. If you want to kill a turtle, £5. Oh, there you go. There's £5. I'll go and kill a turtle. That's what's annoying me.
It's not compulsory though, is it? But what they're saying is that £5 goes towards something, doesn't it?
What?
If they're
What's it going towards?
well, we don't know. Why are they?
She
charging
just told me.
£5?
She said we can't give you carrier bags anymore because you're killing turtles.
There's no way. She said we can't give you. Carl Pilkington, stop killing fucking turtles. £5.
All I'm saying is, if carrier bags are killing turtles, stop making carrier bags. Because the thing is, I can afford 2 carrier bags. 2 turtles are dead since I've been going in there. So
flash.
what? So does it matter? Does it matter that much or not enough or what? What's the point here?
There could be for that 5p. You could get a little fella out there when he sees a turtle going. He goes and sticks his finger down his throat.
But what taste are they getting out of a jellyfish anyway?
Wow. Will they?
Carrier bag's better, innit?
To be born English is to win first prize in the lottery of life. So said Cecil Rhodes, one of the grandfathers of British imperialism. At its height, the British Empire ruled over 1/4 of the world's population and consequently exported Englishness to the furthest reaches of the globe. But what is Englishness? Is it stiff upper lips and fair play, village greens and tea and crumpets? And who are the English? Are we defined by a shared heritage, a common set of beliefs, by the language of Shakespeare? Or in a multicultural modern age, when more languages are spoken in England than in any other country in Europe, do we need to develop a new view of what it means to be English? To discuss and define the nature and characteristics of the English, I'm joined by Stephen Merchant, graduate of the University of Warwick, an award-winning writer.
Thank you for having me.
And Karl Pilkington, a man who, by his own admission, didn't go to school, has no qualifications.
Mention the head, talk about the head.
I'm just trying to get to the point that he's not qualified in anything, or really has no authority in any subject, or hasn't got the right to it.
Talk about the head.
And it was known the world over as a man who has a head like a fucking orange.
Right.
I think one thing that's very English is harping back and whinging combined. People saying, oh, England used to be better in my day, oh, England was better when I was a kid, England was better in the 50s or whatever. Carl, do you think England's better now? Are you happier now than you were when you were a kid?
Do you feel that life was better in, say, the 1950s?
I don't know, I wasn't around. So
But you understand what it was like in those days? You've seen happy days.
I don't know, people always say, don't they, old people always say, oh, you know, it's a better life in the 50s. And he's like, yeah, it was for them. Of course it was for them. They're old now. Being old isn't great, is it? So you're just happy with your lot. I suppose I was happiest in about 1984.
Right. A specific year.
Why? Why was
It
that?
was just I was free and happy. Do you know what I mean?
How old were you?
I don't know.
He's just counting on his fingers now.
12.
Right, okay.
And it was just good.
So the happiest days of your life were between the age of 12 and 13?
Yeah, it was good. I had the world ahead of me.
Little did you know your hair was going to fall out and you were going to whinge every minute of the day.
I had my bike. I like messing about my bike. You had your mates. I had a pet magpie.
So you were probably the teenager that you eventually hate?
Probably.
Were you a good lad, law-abiding?
I wasn't bad. I just sort of, you know, just potted about. I mean, when people talk about what was on the telly back then, I don't have that much memory of it because I was always out. I was always playing out.
What were you doing when you were out?
Just playing about, just like on a bike or...
Just riding in a circle endlessly
Tell
through
ya,
blizzards,
I loved it.
rain, sleet,
Loved it.
hail.
I never seemed to be in. I was always... When everyone always goes, where were you when Band Aid was happening? I was always out on my bike. And everything was
Like you and McGregor?
A memory's always sort of like coming in for some orange and looking at the telly and seeing Princess Diana's getting married, and my mum says, have you seen this? And I'm going, oh, I'm going out on my bike. I was always doing that. The only time I was in the house...
This is why you don't know anything, because you never stopped.
Yeah, but this is what being a kid's about.
But
That's
all
what
the
I mean, being
information
free.
you have, Carl, is as though you've gleaned it as you raced by on a bike. It's almost like, you know, every piece of information you have.
Your hair blowing in the wind. Carl, your hair will blow out one day. Oh, don't talk stupid, ma'am.
So yeah, 12 to 13 was good.
But you see...
And it was all downhill from then, was it? 13
is your teenager then, aren't you? Life got tough.
Yeah. How did it get tough?
Just straight away when I was 13, my mum was like, you know, oh, it's your 13th birthday, you're a teenager now.
Right.
And she gave us a quid to go and get a cake to celebrate it. Went to the supermarket, got a cake, and I just thought, I don't like the look of this. Don't like the look of the way the future is here.
On his 13th birthday!
Well, you were buying a cake. What did you see at the supermarket?
Just, it was kind of like, I don't know, I suddenly felt grown up. I didn't like it.
But I think you were always about 58, really, with your outlook.
Well, yeah, my mum always said I was old. She said I was an old baby. She said I could frown before I could walk. So they always had a bit of a worry look on my face. Didn't say much, just always listened. My eyes moved about more than I did. Just sat there looking around, looking stressed.
My eyes moved about more than I did. Oh dear, couldn't walk. Well, I can't walk, but I'll try and get a bit of movement in my face. It's a workout, a baby workout. Oh, babies, well, if you can't walk, what about your face? Let your face do the walking.
It sounds like that horror film. It sounds like Pilkington's Baby.
Yeah.
Just you lying there in your cot.
I didn't like all the stuff that's set up for you. Like, my mum tried to send me to, like, a nursery. I said, no, I'm not having this.
Just like that.
I said when I'm older and I've got to go, I'll go, but let's leave out this bit. And she said, alright.
I love that he could reason with her. I love him, he's 3 years old with a pipe. She's going, you're going to nursery. She goes, I think not, Mum.
I mean, kids don't play out, do they? Kids, you know, parents are scared to let the kids play out, and that's why the streets are dangerous now. Because no one's playing out on the streets. Whereas when I was a kid, everyone was out on the streets were safer. Because there was more people knocking about.
Right.
Let the kids play out.
It must be like a constant, like a Lowry painting, his front garden, do you know what I mean? Just loads of people just
there was
walking
never
around.
any problems. I was sort of taken away by some fella.
What?
No, I was playing about in the garden.
Yeah.
But my dad's mate, Tony,
Yeah.
he did tiling with him. He drove past. And he saw me looking a bit fed up, so he just leant over, picked me up, took me to the pub. Now, the thing is, there wasn't panic. People weren't going, oh, God, where's Carl gone?
He's out.
Just...
How old were you?
He's down the pub.
Yeah,
He's 4 years old, yeah. Well, he's only having a...
He's down the pub with Tony, probably playing darts.
Yeah, I was about 3 or 4.
Sorry, so some bloke drives by who happens to be a friend of your dad's, thinks that baby looks grumpy.
Yeah.
I'm taking him down to the pub.
That's what it was
Tony,
like.
you bringing a baby to the pub? Yeah, I might do, yeah, we're all bringing ours. Alright, see you later, mate.
But that's what I'm saying. Whereas now they go, the baby's gone. There's a big full-on panic going
Yeah,
on.
but I think it says more about your parents that they didn't do that. They looked out the back cars and you were gone. Some bloke's driving off in a van. They're just going, oh, well, doesn't Princess Diana look lovely? This is absurd. So what happened when you got down the pub?
I just was there for a bit, and then
For a bit, just had a game of pool.
then my dad came in. He was like, oh, there you are.
Oh, there you are! I love that! Where's my baby? Go in the door, I'm just going to have a quick pint. Oh, there you are. Alright, mate.
So, yeah, I think things were better back then.
Rick, as you hinted at in your introduction, the idea of Englishness and England, it's quite a vague term, isn't it? You can play loose and fast with it. I mean, for instance, I was looking at some quotes about England, and John Major, former Prime Minister, he typified England as being a place of long shadows on county cricket grounds, warm beer, invincible green suburbs, dog lovers, and old maids bicycling through the morning mist. Very specific vision of England.
But he never came to the estate that I was born on,
Sure.
or Carl was, you know what I mean? I think, I know of that. If we go for a walk around Richmond, we see people playing cricket on the village green, and it's lovely, but I don't know if it's typical. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know where most people live. But in a way, it's probably 50-50, isn't it, in cities and in the country, but that's wealthy country.
But that's, interestingly, that's the vision of England that people like to subscribe to. When you buy your nan a box of biscuits for Christmas from Harrods, that's the image of England that's on the front.
Why am I spending money at Harrods on my nan? Why can't I just, she's happy with sort of like broken custard creams.
You've earned a bit of money now.
Well,
What's
I know,
wrong
but
with that?
they don't need to know that. I mean, also, both my grandmothers are dead, so it'd be
Sorry to have brought that up.
Well, no, but I mean, who buys who spends good money at Harrods on biscuits where she just suck 'em and eat the Garibaldis and leave? I mean, I don't know why I'm wasting money on the elderly.
I worry that you've taken that too literally. I was trying to get to making more of a point, like an analogy, but I don't shop at Harrods.
Right.
I mean, I might, get some Easter eggs. 2 days after Easter.
Well, what do you think of this then? We were in Fortnum & Mason's after Christmas, and all the crackers were half price.
Good idea.
And there was a box of crackers for 500 quid, down to 250 quid. And I thought, right, that's got to be the best prizes anyone's ever seen. I'm going to get Cartier watches in these things. So we bought 250 quid. I thought, oh, it's a bargain. It's half price. Got them home, pulled a couple, and there was a little notebook, right, that said wine notes. That's one.
What?
Wine notes. So you drink a bottle of wine and
you make a note.
Make a note of it, right? There was another one that had something that it was like opera notes or something, and then there was one for travel notes, like what country you been. I'm thinking, what world are these crackers for? Who's putting a cracker and going, I need it? I filled up my wine notebook. It's like
500 quid?
Yeah. I mean,
For some little notebooks?
yeah, I mean, if you'd have paid 500 quid, I mean, I don't know who buys those. I assume they're for presents.
And
but I
it's
mean-
probably the absurd, cliched Toffington Englishman
Yeah.
who has no sense anymore of of any sense of worth of anything, and it's just a crazy, snotty-nosed inbreeding.
There was a silver-plated like mussel, like the clam, the mussel, right? When you eat mussels, you scoop them out with an open mussel.
Sure.
There's a silver-plated one.
Who carries that with them?
You get that out. You go, all mussels. Good. I brought it with me. My silver-plated mussel to eat mussels.
Wait, this wine's delicious. Let me make a note. That's absurd. Again, it's interesting you said that, because those are little images of what we would like England to be, aren't they? They're pandering to that image of what we'd all like to be, that sort of upper-class English person who's worried about fine wine and good food. And again, I mean, does this England still exist? I'm presuming there's a small minority that does. But
Well, there are some people that are in that world that are posher than the royal family.
Yeah.
I can understand what the Queen and Prince Charles are saying, but there are some people. question.
Yeah.
What? And I don't know what they're talking about either.
Well, I was never really aware of class and the English class system until I went to university.
Absolutely.
I became aware of it then.
Absolutely right. When I got to university and everyone sort of spoke like royalty, that's when I discovered I was probably working class.
But when I hear those people who do actually speak in that kind of, oh, Jeff, you know, that sort of absurd, oh, rugger, oh, you absolute bloody bastard.
You know what, though? I don't mind the mega posh people. I don't mind that. Ah, bloody hell, yeah, of course, take one. You know, I don't mind one of those. What I don't like is the ones that, stand around in all bar one with a rugby shirt with a collar up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those sort of, who are going to work in the city,
Yeah.
and they're loud and think they're gentry,
Yeah.
but they're not. It's that middle bit that annoys me more. They've got that confidence, but without any of the charm.
But that's the England that I think people think of when they think of it. It's the 4 weddings and a funeral England. And yeah, it's not the England I experienced and grew up in. So, what is your typical image of an Englishman now?
If I had to draw it for an alien,
Yeah.
He'd be quite squat, quite sturdy, sort of no neck, hairy.
Are you just thinking of yourself?
Do you know what? It would be my build with Carl's head.
Really?
And no neck, yeah. I think he's sort of balding and unshaven, and he's like a shaved caveman. I think he's tough. He'd have tats. He'd eat like a dog.
A Ray Winston type.
A sort of, yeah, that sort of,
And he's
Bob
so-
Hoskins, just squat, strong, tough, doesn't take any messing, built like a giant wombat.
It's the bulldog breed.
It is the bulldog breed. I am thinking of the bulldog breed.
But that's the thing, isn't it? This snobbery on like braininess. The way that if you're a specialist in I don't know what something.
Well, no, don't help him. Go on. Finish. You've started a conversation. You're halfway through a sentence. You've got a point.
Can't
mate.
bail out now.
Okay.
Say if you're a specialist in
Go on.
Latin tattoos.
Tattoos!
Don't know what that is.
What Latin tattoos? I didn't know you wanted something so specific.
So that's a tattoo you have on your arm with Cogito ergo sum underneath, or is it a
Just
tattoo?
any sort of. Well, it's the only reason Latin's still alive, isn't it?
Right.
Right.
Tattooists. So you go on Mastermind,
Yeah.
and people will go, "Oh, he's clever, isn't he?" You got 40 correct in 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Now, if you go on and say any questions about Coronation Street between 1990 and 92, people go, "No, he's a bit of a knob," because there's a snobbery to education.
Yes.
Yes.
There is.
But a question is still a question, isn't it?
Well, to a certain degree, although, yeah, that's fine. But there's no application to knowing who played Ena Sharples, whereas presumably there is something useful in
Well, not perhaps Latin tattoos, because
No, not Latin
none of us
tattoos,
understand
no,
exactly what
no.
that is. But if you have knowledge of astrophysics, obviously that's going to be, as Ricky says, it's going to take more application to become an expert on that than watching Coronation Street twice a week.
But it's still information that you've had to learn.
You've not learned it, have you? You've just
No.
sat down in front of the telly and it's just piped into your brain very directly and very easily and enjoyably. Let's say the people working on that microchip that one day you'll have in your brain, are they not doing something more interesting and valuable for society than the Coronation Street fella?
No, because Coronation Street that fella who knows a lot about it. He's enjoying his time watching that.
Oh, we're not saying he's not enjoying it.
So he's enjoying it, but, a brain in a jar can be enjoying it if it doesn't know it's a brain in a jar.
Right. So what you asking me?
But we were talking...
Didn't seem a difficult point from what we were saying. We
What
were
I
saying,
mean is
Okay, one more go. What do
Right.
you mean?
the chip in the brain isn't part of filling your head with stuff. The journey of filling it with that stuff.
What do you mean?
Whereas if you had a baby, the baby pops out, it cries a bit, they go, right, what do you want your baby to be interested in? And you say, I want it to be a plumber. You go, right, when it's 2, we're going to stick a plumber chip in its head.
Right.
yeah.
It's not right, is it?
No. I don't know why you chose plumber either.
Well, we still need plumbing.
Yeah, I
don't we?
know we do, but...
It's odd that they would have chosen plumber. They've got such
yeah.
kind of small
It's what
ambitions for
it's
their
what his
babies.
granddad did, and they want the sort of the thing to go through the business. They own a plumbing business. They want the baby to carry on the business of the
They
plumbing.
want the baby to be able to plumb.
It goes on now where parents force the kids into riding horses, and you see the kid without the parents about, and you go, "Do you like horses?" And they go, "No, not really. Being forced to get on a horse.
Yeah.
Can't stand them."
Yeah,
And people would go, "That's wrong. The kid should have the freedom to decide if he wants to get on a horse or not."
that's right. Yeah.
Well, what about this chip in the head?
But you've made this
You've
up.
made the scenario
They're
up.
not putting chips in babies'
I
heads.
thought you said they were.
No, what?
Well,
what
I didn't say that,
I never said that.
I think Steve's right, and I don't know. I haven't read it, but I imagine he's saying it's the next step in convenience with technology and an interface between a human and a research tool or fun. You know, computers went from being the size of a room to a thing you can wear on your watch. So the next step may be, you won't forget your palm top, you won't forget your iPod, you won't forget your laptop. It's in there. It's an interface.
I know, but it makes us
But-
lazy.
But you straight away thought that now that it went to some sort of weird laboratory where it's all white and there's just a doctor and everyone's in a silver suit, right? And they go, "We're removing the self. We're removing the self and putting in chip. You are now computer boy."
Yeah,
I
it's
want to
not.
watch Coronation Street. Well, you won't in a few seconds. But I hate Coronation Street, me.
Carl, it's not a question of. It's not that Google is now Carl. It looks like Carl, but it's just spamming, little pop-ups about offers you can buy and cheap holidays here and there.
He's not the man I'm married.
Right, look at it like this.
Jesus.
Look, I see it all the time now.
Go on.
You go, "Where are you going?" to someone, and they go, "I'm going to Dorset."
Aye.
"Oh, aye, what road are you taking?" "Don't know, I'll just pop on the sat-nav." Now, that's a start, isn't it?
Okay. Let's act that out with me, okay? I'm going away for the weekend, Carl.
Are you?
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Dorset.
Oh, yeah. How are you getting there?
Car.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, which way are you going?
Don't know. Why do you want to know?
Well, just making a friendly chat. I'm interested in geography. Which way are you going?
Well, I don't know really. I've got a sat nav in my car, and I'm getting there. And what do you know? What?
Bit lazy, isn't it?
Well, I'm not a pigeon. I don't.
I mean, you got an A to Z.
Well, yeah, but it's on a computer. The A to Z. What's the difference between looking at an A to Z and?
Lazy, though.
Not really. No. Why? Why is it any different that I've got it computerized so I can go along? A to Z's a bit dangerous, isn't it? It's a bit. Don't have to go to A to Z when you're driving along.
Clive, who are you talking to? Because we need to hit the road. We need to get going.
Well, it's this fucking idiot who wants to know what road I'm taking, which is a fucking boring thing to ask. Anyway.
Sorry, who is this twat? Because we really got to
He's
get going.
a fucking dickhead. I think he's an A to Z salesman by the door. I mean,
Well, just tell him we're using the sat nav because it's the quickest, most efficient way of doing it.
It's the quickest, most efficient way of doing it.
No,
Okay.
but look what's
Who
happened.
the fuck are you?
Would Columbus found America if he had a sat nav?
Yes!
No, he
He'd have
wouldn't.
put in America and he would have taken
He
it to
wouldn't.
America.
He only found it because he got lost. Now, if everybody just
Hold
goes...
on. How would an undiscovered country be on a sat nav?
No,
Go on.
but I just
What's
mean...
the difference between the sat nav and the map in that regard?
Because I've found some lovely little cafes on roads I've never been on.
And I've instantly gone from finding a continent to a little
I love that.
Little greasy
I am off to discover the unknown world. Where are you going? Well, I don't know yet. It's the unknown world. What are you taking? Just a boat. All lazy swim, you cunt. I love the fact that he's so Luddite now, he's annoyed at the sat-nav. I mean, you'd have probably given Columbus a hard time. Oh, got a compass. Don't you know where north is, you twat?
I just think there's something in being lost. I never feel lost. I just think, I've had a diversion. Because you find new things. I'm forever going
Meanwhile,
down...
Suzanne's asking the French peasant where the...
Just think, Columbus...
Alright, what's the most interesting thing you found when lost?
Like I say, they normally... I found a shop that was like a fancy dress shop.
Amazing.
Do you need fancy dress stuff?
Dressed
You
up
never
as
go out.
Columbus,
You never
went and
go
bought a
out.
sat-nav, went to Dorset for the weekend.
You never go out. Why do you need a fancy dress shop? That sounds like the sort of one thing you would hate is fancy dress.
Yeah, but I like looking at the... they have like a space helmet in there.
Right, so you found a fancy dress shop. Where are you supposed to be going that you had time to get sidetracked and go in a...
I think I was going to a meeting. We just cut it.
Amazing, that's the last time!
So you want to get lost?
Yeah, you don't want to get lost,
No,
do
because
you?
I always give myself loads of time because I get lost a lot. I always give myself...
Get a
Get a sat nav!
No, I'm just saying that's how you find little treats along the way, and you, next time you pass it, or next time someone says, "Do you know where the fancy dress shop is?" You can go, "Yeah, I do."
I have no idea because I was lost. I didn't know where it was.
No, normally I
Oh,
learn.
I'm not going to tell you, lazy cunt. Haven't you got an AZ? Oh, that's harsh.
Yeah, find it yourself, you lazy twat.
Well, I might get lost. Good. You might find another one.
It just goes back to the chip thing in the head. I think you've got to learn along the way. We can't get lazy. We can't have chips in the head, knowing how to plumb. That's what it's all about, isn't it? And making mistakes. If you make a mistake, I've done some wiring, got a little shock. Won't happen again.
It will. I've seen that experiment with you before.
Yeah. What would you do, right? If you run a business, right? Your business could go under, right? It snows a bit. You got 10 employees. You're paying them well, and they go, "I can't come in today, Carl. Bit icy." I'll do it. Okay. Right. They're snowed in, right? You're running the business. What are you running?
It's a let's not.
Don't-
I'm not
don't
going to
you-
big myself up. It's just it's a
don't you run it-
factory.
but
It's
doesn't it make
U-bends.
bells
I
that
make
knock?
no
Doesn't it?
U-bends.
Yeah.
U-bends for
Toilet. So
yeah.
you run a. Okay. Right. Okay.
plumbing
So
type.
plumbing. You pay them all right, don't you?
I'd say most of them are on above average.
So you're there. What time do you get in?
About 8:45.
8:45, waiting for them to come in at 9, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, right, it's snowing. It's a bit snowy, you got there, it took you a bit while, you'd set off early, did you, or?
Gave myself a bit more time because I had to put the heating on the car.
Okay, ring ring, ring ring.
Hello, KP Plumbing.
Oh, is that Miss Pilkington?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, who's that?
Oh, it's Sheila. Listen.
Sheila, shouldn't you be here by now?
Yeah, no, I was gonna set off.
Well, we'll set off now. Stop wasting time. We've got a big order on.
No, I know.
We're all
but
on a bonus here if we get this done. I'll see you in 10 minutes, shall I?
I can't make it.
What?
I can't make it.
Why not?
The car won't start and it's slippy on the drive, I just can't get out.
Get the transport. I'll see you in. I'll give you 20 minutes, alright? Don't
No,
worry about it.
well,
Thanks for calling.
I
I'll
can't-
see you in a
I'm
bit.
also scared of the ice. I'm scared of the ice. I'm not gonna come in today. It's dangerous.
So what are you going to do?
Well, I'm gonna wait until the ice and snow goes away, and then I'm gonna come
But they're
in.
predicting it's going to be about 2 weeks before they
Yeah,
clear all this.
I can't really travel in this. It's a
Oh,
bit dangerous.
Well, I'll tell you what. You stay at home. I'll replace you because I need someone to come in. We've
What,
got
are
a
you
big
firing
order.
me because I can't get into work with this?
Well, I got
think-
into work, Sheila.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, you don't live with me, do you? If you did live with me, then
No, but
you'd
it
probably
was
see
bad.
how.
It was bad where I was as well.
Yeah,
I'm here.
do you know how bad it is here? When you come round and have a look how bad it is here,
no,
you drive
I'm
my.
not coming
Tell you
round
what,
here.
you come round and drive my fucking car because I'm snowed in. You fucking calling me a cunt, and I'll tell you, if you fire me, I'll take you to a tribunal. You bald-headed wanker.
Right, you're fired anyway for that.
You're in fucking trouble then.
Right then, see ya. Right, and then
Right.
she's done with. She's weak anyway.
Ring ring.
KP Plumbing.
Hiya, is that Miss Pilkington?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Hi, it's Bob here.
Bob.
Yeah, bit of trouble. My area, it's absolutely snowing. It's possible no one's getting out. I live near Sheila.
Bob,
by the way.
listen. Yeah, well, Sheila's just been on. She's saying she
Right.
can't get in either.
She can't. I've just seen her out there trying to dig her car out, and she's hurt her back. She's really tried hard to get to work, but she can't do it because she's not very rich, and her car doesn't work. She hasn't got the right tyres, and there's no public transport. They've cancelled those. Wrong snow on this country. I'm not going to make it in today, son. So I'll see you tomorrow, right, boy?
Well, no, you're saying you'll see me tomorrow.
Yeah.
But you'll probably call up tomorrow with the same thing.
Well, only if it's snowing still.
Now
It
listen.
might not-
Well, I can't run a business like this, Bob.
Yeah, it's not my fault, is it? Really?
So go round to Sheila's and like slag me off if you want. But I tell you
I'm not
what,
slagging
you're
you
not
off,
coming
just-
back here. Fuck off. One chance. Give them one chance.
Well, you didn't even give him one chance.
No, because they've done it before.
Oh, fucking hell!
Just annoys me.
Do you recycle?
I give a lot of stuff to Oxfam.
Well, yeah, that's the sort of recycling, yeah. Hand-me-downs and passing on things. Well, it's probably a better form of recycling, isn't it? You're not destroying anything and remaking it. You're just letting someone else wear a jumper that you don't wear anymore. So
Yeah.
that's, yeah.
Don't really do all the. I don't separate stuff. I don't sort of put there's the cans, there's the paper.
You don't
there's
do
the-
that?
You just throw it away, do you? Because
Oh,
that's not
bad.
recycling,
That
and they
annoys
can't
me.
do anything with that.
That annoys me when you're just putting it in landfill, mate. Come on.
Yeah.
But I haven't got
That
all the
annoys
bins.
me,
There
that.
isn't enough room for all the bins.
Yeah, we have to do...
You've got
yeah,
a recycle box you stick outside.
yeah.
What are you on about?
Recycle box, yeah.
I haven't got one.
Well, no, you got to ask for one.
I tried to get rid of a sofa, right? I was getting a new sofa, had the old one. You try and get rid of one of them, it's murder, right? I called up the council, said I want to get rid of it. They said we're not coming round there till Friday. It's like a Monday. I said it's in the way. So I put it outside. They said you put it outside, you'll get a fine. I said yeah, but you don't know where I'm going to put it outside.
Yeah.
It's not outside my house.
No.
So they said, well, you do that. We've got your number
What's the
now.
sofa like? It's a beige one. Well, if we see that... Right.
So they said, if you want to pay to have it collected, we can come and get it tomorrow, 30 quid. I said, I'm not paying for it. It's madness.
Yeah.
So, hung up, annoyed, called my dad up. He said, I saw this thing on the telly saying that you can donate your furniture to people who haven't got a sofa. Look it up on the internet. So I looked it up, there's a firm that does it.
Right.
Right, cheeky sods. Called them up, said, I've got this sofa here, I want to donate it to someone who hasn't got a sofa. He said, what's it like, is it in good condition? Yeah, it's alright, yeah. Well, why are you getting rid of it? I said, because we've moved into a bit of a bigger place and the sofa looks daft in the corner. It's too small, so I'm getting a bigger one. There's nothing wrong with it. How big is it? How many people does it sit? So it depends how big you are. You can sit 2 people on it, but it's not the comfiest. But it's in good condition. It's none of your nonsense like stuff. It was expensive when I bought it. He said, right. He said, is it safe? I said, what do you mean? He said, is it fag proof? So I said, I don't smoke. He said, well, go and get the, lift the thing up. He's got me running around looking at my sofa when I'm giving it away. I had to lift it up, it had a picture of a fag on it. I said, yeah, it's got a picture of a fag on it.
Could I just point out for our American listeners, fag is a slang for cigarette. When he says, is it fag proof, he's not going to open the cushion and someone's go, it's me! So I should explain that straight away.
So anyway, it turned out it was fag proof. They came and picked it up, took it away. That was that. But look at the hassle. Look at the hassle it takes to get rid of something. And then they say to you, do not be dumping stuff on the street. You know, it's that thing of having to wait for certain days of the week, and you can't always keep hold of something till a certain day of the week because it's big. A mattress it's one of them things you can't get sort of rid of, or you can't stick it somewhere because it's in the way. It's a big clumpy bit of furniture, isn't it?
Yeah. It's not a bit of furniture really, a mattress, but I know what you mean.
Well,
it's a new sideboard. Yeah, don't lean on it. It's a bit spongy. What do you keep in it? We can't keep anything in it. It's just full of springs and stuff.
No, but you know what I mean.
It's a piece of furniture, to be honest.
Well, it's part
it should be on a bed, to be honest.
It's part of a furniture bit, isn't it? Did I tell you that time when?
I don't think you could even ever count a mattress as a piece of furniture.
Of course you can.
It's functional. And where do you stop? Is a pillow a piece of furniture? Is a blanket? Oh, a nice bit of furniture you're wearing. They're my trousers. They're furniture if you pop them up against a wall.
Did I tell you that time when we first bought a flat?
Go on.
Bought a flat in Manchester, right? And
yeah.
You know, when you first buy a place, it's expensive, isn't it?
And it's a big bit of furniture, a flat, isn't it?
So, you know, we bought a sofa, we got a table.
Sorry, you don't mean you bought a sofa, you ended up with a table?
No.
You bought a sofa and a table.
Yeah. Now, I didn't know.
Suzanne sent you to buy a sofa, you came back with a table.
Now, back then, I wasn't as wise as I am now.
Fucking hell! Oh, what was he? Some snot in a jar.
Can I just apologise to any snot in a jar that's listening and was offended by that comment?
All right. So I ordered a bed. I ordered a bed.
Yeah.
It turned up.
Oh, well done. Fucking hell, that's a victory!
I thought
it went down shit creek this
time. That's not the end of the story, is it?
No. So I thought I'm gonna get this in the bedroom, set it all up. Suzanne comes home from work, the bed's done, she'll be well happy.
Yeah.
So I get it all up there in the lift and what have you. I think it seems like I'm missing something here. Put it together, no mattress.
How would you not notice there was no mattress?
No, just because it's like, you know, I'm thinking, yeah, I've got all the screws, I've got the slats for that at the bottom, there's the post and that. So put it together.
Where's the softy, spongy bit of furniture that usually sits on top of the more rigid bit of furniture?
So I called them up, I said, there's no mattress with it. They said, no, it's not part of it. So what do you mean it's not part of it? A bed isn't a bed without a mattress, it's a climbing frame, right? So they said, you know, you can buy one, we have got them in for that thing, but it was like 400 odd quid. And
I don't know why you're telling me this. I know this. I've walked beds. I understand this is how it works.
The mattress isn't a bed. No, the bed is something else.
Yeah, but that's wrong. You cannot use a bed without a mattress, is what I'm saying. So don't sell it without it.
No, but some people replace the bed frame and keep the
that's
old mattress.
Fine. That's fine. Once you've invested in it, and you go, oh, will I buy a new bed or will I just buy a new mattress? Fine.
Well, they're not going to keep selling beds with new mattresses in case you've already got a mattress.
What?
A bed and a mattress without any pillows and blankets is no good. But you don't expect that to come with it.
At least you can sleep on that. You can sleep on a spongy bit, you can chuck a coat over you, you can use a cushion off a sofa.
Some fuckwit might buy it without the mattress, we better include it.
So anyway, so I was like, oh, I didn't think of this.
I didn't think think of this.
So I called my dad up.
I didn't think. So I called my dad. Dad, it's your foot quits on again. All right, son, how's it going? What have you done? Bought a bed without a mattress? Oh.
So I said, listen, I've bought that bed. There's no mattress on it. Can you get us one? So he said, oh, I'll have a word. I'll call around, right? So he calls back like an hour and a half later. He said, got your mattress. Go round to Alf's. Alf is me sort of uncle who isn't an uncle.
All right.
He's the one who I've told you about who had 2 tellies. We've talked about it on the podcast. He had 2 tellies, one that worked picture-wise and one that worked on the sound.
Perfect.
Slept in a rubber dinghy, right? Now the thing is,
I remember Alf, yeah.
he said, yeah, I've got a mattress, come and get it. So I go round there.
Why does he sleep on the fucking mattress if he's got one?
it's
Why
not
does he
like-
sleep in a fucking boat if he's got a mattress?
He's terrified of flooding.
Yeah.
So anyway, I get there and it's in his van.
Right.
Dragged the
Sorry, he's
mattress
driving
off.
around with a mattress in the back of a van. What is he, a fucking serial killer?
So I thought Suzanne's going to be happy. Dragged it out of the van, chucked it in the car. Thought she won't even know. Do you know what I mean?
No.
So I dragged that back. Thinking, oh, am I going to make it's rush hour by this point? Thinking, oh, she's going to get home. Anyway, get home, drag it into the lift and what have you. Drag it up, drag it into the bedroom, stick
Dead
it on,
prostitute falls off it.
put a sheet on it and that. Suzanne comes in. She goes, "What is that smell?"
Oh.
So I said, "What?" She said, "It's like oil and diesel."
Hold
and
on, why didn't you smell it?
No, it doesn't make sense.
I think I just sort of got used to, maybe because I got in the back of the van, smelt that, thought that's in the van, then I got used to that smell.
Yeah.
It's in the back of my car, folded up. I'm concentrating on trying to get this bed made before she gets in.
Sure.
Plus, he used to wear a blindfold instead of sunglasses in those days.
So anyway, she's going, "What is it?" I said, "I've got this off Alf." She said, "We can't have that." She said, "It's a new flat, nice clean flat and everything. We've got this old thing that stinks. Get rid of it." It was murder getting rid of that. And I had to tip it. I went round the back of some supermarket and left it there. Because you call
Fly
around...
tipping. Illegal fly tipping.
Well, no, because I think it's illegal and bad when you're chucking it out, say, at a bus stop or somewhere on a high street or something, and people are going, "That looks a mess." I chucked it near the bins at a supermarket. I'd gone out of my way. I thought, where is this not going to be offensive?
Why couldn't you just go down the tip?
I think I did try the tip. Oh, no, there's a massive queue. There was a massive queue.
Laziness, Rick,
A queue
sorry.
at the tip?
A massive queue. I
Where
remember
was
it
this?
now.
Oh, it was
Stretford.
laziness then.
Stretford, that was.
Why
I
is there
remember.
a queue for the tip?
Don't know. I remember, yeah. I remember driving past it thinking, I haven't got time for that. And that's...
So don't go on about you couldn't get rid of it. It's because you couldn't be asked to queue up, you lazy bastard. Couldn't get rid
But
of it.
what was he thinking? Why was he panicking? One, why did he get a bed without a mattress? 2, why does he call his dad to get him out of mattress-related problems? His dad goes to Alf's got one in the back of a dirty old fucking van. Oh, wait, that should be alright.
No, but the thing is, what I'm saying is, when I was in that bed shop and I'm going, "Oh yeah, good bed, I'm sitting on it, I'm sitting on a mattress with it." At no point did he say, "Now, have you thought about what sort of mattress you want? Have you got orthopaedic problems or whatever?" That didn't come up. He said, "There's your order, there's your address. I'm not a bed man, I go to the bed man to get bed advice." In the same way, same problem here. I've had work done recently with
Dad, what? How to get rid of a body? Let me call Alf.
Carl, what do you think about all the pomp and circumstance around?
It's all alien. It's not for me. I don't like that sort of. I try and not put myself in the same sort of circles as posh people, because it's just it's like a different club, isn't it? It's like I said to you about young people and old people. There's such a different life going on. They say like the whale and the hippo are related. You never see them together, and it's the same with really posh, well-off people, and someone who's just getting on with their life.
But I mean, that's the thing that's changed as well. The stiff upper lip thing, that's out of the window now. I mean, it's like everyone's got a new addiction. Everyone's, "Oh, I'm addicted to drugs, alcohol. I'm addicted to sex. Not a problem. Have a wank." And everyone's got depression now.
Can you be addicted to sex if you're not getting any? Because if that's the case, then...
Oh dear.
Do you think there's a big difference, Carl, between the Englishman of yesteryear who didn't complain? I mean, he just got on with things. He might have whinged about the weather and the like, but he just got on with things.
He carried an umbrella.
Yeah.
didn't
Whereas
whinge about
nowadays,
anything.
people are getting their Prozac and their antidepressant pills, they're going into therapy.
Yeah, he kept out of stuff as well. Just there was a war and so and so. All right, they're coming this way. If they come over here, give them a slap. Why are we getting involved now in everything? Thoughts on that, Carl?
It's news now, innit? Sometimes I think, don't tell me, don't want to know. Just get on with it. Whoever's job that is, get on with it.
Yeah.
Why am I being told about it? When I've got a problem in my job, no one else knows. No one helps me out and goes, well, I've got an opinion for him.
No.
This might help him. No one helps me. But I'm being bombarded by everyone else's hassle. They love talking, actually. That's what the English do. Talking, but they never finalise it. They love just being in the meeting room, talking, saying, yeah, we could do this, we could do that. I'm the only one in that room not getting paid. Everyone else is on a wage. I'm there looking at my watch thinking, right, I've been here for an hour and nothing's been sorted. They're looking, thinking we can drag this out for another half hour, get us to lunch. That's what annoys me. They're all sat there just pushing bullshit around the room like dung beetles. I'm sick of it. And that's what the English do. And it's a shame, because I don't think we used to be like that. I wish everybody just sort of kept to themselves more. Like, you know, certain animals do. You just get on with it. It's like an old-fashioned way.
What animals keep
Well,
themselves?
any animals keep themselves themselves.
Like what?
I've said loads of things.
What animals keep themselves?
Badgers.
Why do they keep themselves?
No, they just whenever you've seen them just sort of wandering about a roadside, they're on their own.
Right.
They're not sort of
What are they doing?
in pairs. I don't know. Most of the time they're dead. I've seen more dead badgers than alive ones. I've never seen a live badger.
I don't know what his point
So that's
was.
why they're one alone and two getting on with it. That's love it. Most
I
of
love
the time.
that. It started off with some kind of poetic analogy. I don't know what that was.
Most of the time.
I just
Oh God. I like this thing of the Englishman I knew growing up. Was you had to, when you hit a certain age, when you hit like manhood or puberty or whatever, 13, 14, 15, you had to start showing your mettle. Then the most important thing then was to the worst thing to be growing up was gay. That was like, you couldn't be gay. It couldn't be gay. Anything but gay. And then you had to be hard. You had to be tough. I remember, right, when I first started going to pubs, right, so I don't know, say 18, you walk into a toilet, the urinals, and the first thing everyone did was fart and gob.
Yeah.
That was it, right?
Yeah,
If you couldn't do that, then, you know, you get funny looks. You know, you go in the urinal and they'd look at you and go, oh, sorry. It was all about, being a man. You know.
I think wearing glasses makes you slightly exempt from that. It's like you don't have to. People automatically dissociate. It's like if I was in prison, I wouldn't have to do that because I'd just be the professor.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
exactly,
Or brains.
yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
They would.
They'd
I
come
wouldn't
to
need to
you
be
with
part of
the-
it. I'm never a threat because I never look like I'm going to be a tough guy. So consequently, I live in this sort of parallel stratosphere where I haven't got a piss and gob.
Yeah.
has that got more popular?
Yes.
Has it?
Yeah.
There's a lot
What,
more people
gobbing?
doing it in the streets now.
Really?
It's
Not
like
in,
avoiding-
not in Hampstead.
It still is, you know. When I walk
The only
here,
person gobbing in Hampstead is me. Jane says, don't gob. People are looking.
well, it is. It's your trail that I'm seeing there. It's like a load of sort of washed-up jellyfish in London. Just big blobs of it. I mean, I don't know how they're coughing this stuff up. I mean, they shouldn't still be alive. Some of them have, like, organs in them. It's just big lumps of stuff.
I mean, that list of idyllic, antiquated England of, you know, tea and cakes and cricket, I mean, is valid. But I think the things that sum up Englishness, I mean, talking of the weather, I think drinking, war, we love a ruck.
Yeah.
We're built on war. We're a warrior
We're
race.
pretty good at war. Or we used to
We
be.
are good.
We used to be good. I don't
Yeah,
know
no,
if
we're very
anymore.
good. We're good. We're very good. I mean, I think we reached our peak with Churchill,
That's probably our greatest hour. Our finest hour.
according to him.
Yeah. Well, you should know he was there.
He should know. And he'd like to drink, didn't he? He loved a brandy.
He's not afraid of a drink.
He'd like to. He'd get pissed up, and no wonder he'd fight him on the beaches. He'd fight him anywhere.
Yeah.
See, there's an example of a posh bloke. It was like I was saying. He'll lead you into battle. He'll have a weapon too. He'd go in there. He didn't sit back. I mean, when he was old, he did. But nothing wrong with being posh if you're willing to go and, you know, get stuck in. What do you think, Carl?
Is it as scary though? I mean, imagine if he was rougher sounding, and he was on the front line. And,
Like he went, you fucking little cunt. I thought you on the beach. Look, see me down in Brighton Monday. I'm gonna fucking smack your head in, you little fucking German cunt. Like that, you mean?
yeah.
It's less of a morale boost.
Well, that's the other point of one, isn't it? That those speeches were for as much as morale as information and defiance.
You don't want to feel like the leader of your country could glass you if you got on the wrong side.
No, exactly. It's got to be. It's got to be rules under war, hasn't it? I mean, that fair play has got to come into it as well. Talking of the English sense of fair play and war, when the crossbow was invented, a lot of people wouldn't use it. They said it was unchristian. So our soldiers sort of resisted it. So Europeans got this thing that needed no skill, and it was shooting these bolts, and they could reload quick, and versus our bowmen. What do you think of that? What do you think of going, oh, it's cheating, we won't use it, but having a disadvantage? That's honour, isn't it? It's almost like it's okay to kill someone, but with skill.
But what's the problem here? What am I meant to be worrying about?
Well, you've got bow and arrows.
Yeah.
They're amazing. They're heavy. They're your arms. They've got trained bowmen. They're skilled. The most skilled sort of marksman soldiers in the country. Someone comes along, goes, don't worry about that. Here's a crossbow. Just pop it in, put it back. Deadly quick. Anyone can use it. So now you've got anyone with a crossbow killing people.
Women, children.
Anyone can use it. So the Europeans, they're going crazy. Oh, William Tell he's shooting apples off heads.
Yeah.
Right? But we resisted it because we thought it was, unchristian and cheating to kill without skill. What do you think of that?
But where were the actual bows and that being made? Because that's the thing, isn't it? The company who's making them, they just want to get out to a big market.
Brilliant.
That's what they do now with the iPod and everything. It's not about people wanting more music than ever before. That's not the case. It's about having the accessory. And if the bow and arrow was like sold as this, light to carry for all the family, that's how it would have happened. That's what it's all about.
Ye new bow and arrow from Ronco.
But what do you think the problem
But
is?
you're not quite getting Ricky's point. His point is the idea of there being sort of rules and fair play and etiquette in war. The objective is to kill the enemy.
I don't think war and that is a place to start getting all uppity about someone cheating or having a better system.
Really? You think all fair in love and war, do you?
Yeah, definitely.
Right. But
It's
there's
just
got to have
about
rules,
winning.
isn't it?
No, not in a war. There isn't rules.
So what about things like the Geneva Convention? It's the understanding that even if we're entering into a war, theoretically, there's a set of agreed
It's good for both
universal
sides,
rules.
isn't it? Fair play has got to come into
but
everything.
What's extraordinary about the idea of English fair play is, famously the approach during the First World War, that we would sort of walk up out of the trenches onto no man's land and sort of politely march at a slow, steady pace across towards the enemy.
know.
I mean, and then we were just being machine gunned down. I mean, it was absurd.
Well, I know we were fodder. It was fodder to use up some of their bullets. I mean, it was crazy.
I mean, it's madness, but in a way, it's the gentry who are leading us, seeing the average Tommy as a sort of cannon fodder.
Of course. And we've got to realise that most of the people didn't want to be there. Most of them didn't even understand it. I mean, and if you think of the first and second, they were just wars, But I can't imagine
How
what
would
it'd be
you
like.
cope, do you think, Carl, in a war situation? You've seen all those films of the.
I mean, that's the one they had a knockabout and stuff, didn't they? They took the game of football. And
In
that.
no man's land, yeah. Christmas Day.
But who took a football there?